If you're strong, you can fly. You can reach the other side of the rainbow. It's alright, take a chance, 'cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle when you use your mind. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. He's the reason for my boom. Sonic boom, sonic. He goes down and then goes boom. Yeah, remix. What up, y'all? Big Sonic fan, Majora T in the house. That's right. Playing Sonic Boom. I mean Sonic CD. And I'm singing it.
It's a
Supersonic play. Keep it going. Just never stop. Never stop believing in your hedgehog god. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. He's the reason for the boom. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Chilling in a Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Sonic loves to eat ice cream. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom box in his room. Yeah! Pow! Amazing. It's Sonic CD. What's not to love? Everything. No, I'm joking. I do love aspects of Sonic CD, but I did not always. I used to have a very hard time getting into Sonic CD. So I want to tell you about my process learning to love Sonic CD and what's made it so difficult. Let me take you back to a time when I did not have money, when I had a college laptop running Steam, and I had no Xbox controller to play, but I still wanted to play classic games. This was like the 2010s, and I had bought a bunch of Sega Genesis games on Steam that are still in my library from that day that I do not touch. And Sonic CD was available on Steam in that way, and it was a beloved version, and it still is. It lets you track all your progress, it lets you switch between soundtracks, and I did not appreciate it because I did not know what I was getting into. Sonic CD is weird. It's a time travel based Sonic game where you must travel back in time to eliminate Robotnik's tampering with the environment and ecosystem. He plants these little metal Sonic seeds somewhere in the past, and it causes destruction in the future. And it's your job as Sonic to go ahead and destroy the Metal Sonic projectors and their energy source, we'll call it. That made no sense to me. I was running past these signposts thinking, what the hell? Past, present, future, what is this? And I was seeing 3 different versions of the same stage, but I was rarely seeing the past. I kept ending up in the future. The future signposts were more prevalent, and they also stay on Sonic longer than the past ones do. They're harder to get rid of. So what ended up happening is I ended up in futures I didn't want to be in. And the thing about it is the past is really desirable, not just for like playing the game the right way, but when you play the past versions of stages in Sonic CD, they're really enjoyable. They're really kind of like the calming, charming experience that you would have hoped for in the Sonic world. If you listen to the music from some of these stages, their versions from the past are far more chill. And then you also see things like the Sonic animals scurrying about. It's a really pleasant environment. So in thinking about that, I've had a much better time going back to Sonic CD in this idea of making good futures for the Sonic ecosystem. For Sonic, his hedgehog, Holiness, and Amy, his betrothed, his love, his heart, who gets kidnapped from him on stage 2. Sonic lore is at its prime and in the second major installation in the series. That's awesome. And it's just such a interesting game, I think. Like, there's a very unique element to Sonic CD that makes you wonder what were the developers thinking when they created this thing. Because it's not played like your traditional Sonic left to right, finish the stage. hooray, you did it, you beat Robotnik. No, it's a more thought-provoking experience. And I think that's part of its charm, is that it does make you work for it, and it makes you curious to explore some of these environments. And if you can play it that way, in a way where you're not really focused on the timer and finishing fast, and you're just trying to make good futures, there's some fun to be had. Now, I don't know where all of the projectors are, and I frequently find that I missed one or two in some of my stages, but, you know, I think it's still fun to go back and try and get as many as I can. And I just played this game twice back to back, and I did not get all of them. I did not get the correct ending. It didn't even matter. I think the difference is literally fireworks in the ending. There could be a extended Robotnik boss. There might be, there might not. But, you know, I think that some of the charm, too, comes in some of the stages. I think the first half of the stages are not particularly impressive. Your Palm Tree Panic, Collision Chaos, your Quartz Quadrant, Tidal Temps. Those are kind of run-of-the-mill Sonic stages and actually subpar, if you ask me. But once you get to the last 3 stages in the game, they start really getting nice and spicy. I really like them. So I think Stardust Speedway is iconic. They made it really significant in Sonic Mania, and they have like kind of a re-envisioning of that, as well as the Metal Sonic fight. But in this original rendition, it's really good. It allows Sonic to build up some super fast speeds, and you can actually beat the stage lightning fast if you don't even try and go for the signposts. So I think that's pretty novel. And I also really like the last stage, whose name is eluding me. It lets Sonic become mini Sonic in order to get some of the platforming done, and I think that's pretty cool, pretty novel. It's pretty cute. In general, I like Sonic's animations in this game. He looks pretty good when he's kind of flailing about. And then Wacky Workbench is hit and miss. I think in terms of personality, it's really strong. I really like the idea of a bouncing, moving Sonic. Now, in terms of practice and execution, it could be a little annoying progressing through the stage, but it does add some levity to the game, and that I think is nice and appreciable. So Sonic CD has some perks, and one, last perk, I did touch on the music. Music is awesome. This is CD quality. It really does outclass the Genesis classics, and I do love the soundtracks from especially like 2 and 3, but CD is a caliber of its own. But I want to talk about the bonus stages. They let you get time stones. I've gotten all the time stones. I don't understand what they do because you can't turn into Supersonic, but it doesn't matter because these things are really impressive. It takes Sonic and makes him 32-bit instead of 16 in these kind of parallax scrolling stages where he's defeating blimps. And these may be some of my favorite bonus stages, actually. There's kind of a level of depth perception that you need to have when playing it and anticipation for the blimps, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty good. The trick is to stay out of the water because it reduces your timer. So if you do land in the water, that's pretty normal, but you want to just hop back out as soon as possible. And one other trick here is when you have about 20 to 30 seconds left, you can go ahead and hit a blimp that will appear in the middle that will give you more time to complete the stage. You may find that you need that. I found that that was useful. And of course, if you're playing on the Sonic Origins collection, you can go ahead and just insert a coin to restart the stage. So is Sonic CD a classic? I don't know. I think it's a weird one, but I think there's something to love there. And I don't mind going back and playing this and replaying this every so often. I don't really play Sega CD games. I've never had a Sega CD. So to see it memorialized in some fashion as, a Sonic game that is playable, especially on modern consoles, I gotta tip my hat. I gotta express my gratitude. Because it's impressive. It's really impressive in terms of its audio and visual quality, and it's a fun Sonic game. Come on. Who are we kidding?